I'm going to show you the allergens panel in the imaet system. So when you come to the imaet navigation page, under bioscan, you will find the allergen panel. When you click on this panel, you have two different scans you can do. The comprehensive database at this moment in time has 2,339 items. This is always a work in progress, and there may be more on your imaet when you receive it. If we click the bioscan button, this is going to go down all of these items and put these in order of what the body is screaming about and what the body can't see at the very bottom. If we think of the body like an onion, we are looking at the outer layers of the onion in this scan. As we peel the layers of the onion, we're going to get closer to the root of the onion. If we peel the layers of the onion and you peel some of the skin off and sometimes the next layer comes off, this is what we're going for. We're basically giving the body the tools to help peel the onion. If you look slightly to the right, we do have a show method database scan. This scan has 237 items in it, and these are what I like to call the bigger picture items, or the top 270 items in the body. You can find all of the items in the show method database, also in the comprehensive database. The comprehensive database does have more items though, including viruses, bacteria, genes, enzymes, and parts of the body. Here we can see the finished scan. So at the very top, we're looking for viruses, bacteria, what we call quote unquote allergens. And when we talk allergens, we are not talking just anaphylaxis. We're talking anything that inflames an immunoglobulin. This could take an hour, this could take 2 weeks. This is also going to point us to things you cannot digest or assimilate properly. If you do not digest or assimilate something properly, your body is going to either flush it out of your system as soon as it can and not utilize it, or it's going to cause inflammation somewhere in the body. For example, vitamin C, if vitamin C is not assimilated, instead of boosting the immune system and helping you with insulin metabolism, it may cause things like inflammation. So here we have giving, which is an emotion. We have a vaccine. Then we have 2 different spices. We have intima. We can see what that is by clicking on it and coming down here to the bottom. This is the innermost coating or membrane of a body part of a part or organ, especially a vein or artery. If we double click on this, it will make it bigger. We have an enzyme. We have a metal. We have a virus right here. We have acetic acid. We can read about that down here. We have an enzyme that plays an important role in triglyceride metabolism. Here we have a parasite. We have food dye. We can also go down to the bottom, and at the bottom, we're looking for genetics and enzymes that aren't working in the body. So here we have a gene, and if we read about this gene, we can see that this gene helps with drug metabolism and synthesis of cholesterol. We can read about this gene. This gene is a tumor suppressor. So I would think we want both of these genes working. In order to make what we call a quote unquote basket, we can right click anywhere in this profile, and we're going to add the things that we want to our basket. We come back up to the top, and if we read this like a riddle, these two things really stick out. These two are both spices, but there is a bigger picture spice, so we don't have to treat these individually right now. We can write spices, and that comes up with this item, culinary spices and phenols. If we come over to the show method database, we can actually see that this is number 29 in the top most important items. So let's add this over here. We can also test this single item. This is a 44. The higher the item is, the more of a reaction it is probably causing in the body. The lower the item is, maybe the more it's being flushed out of the body, or it's not affecting the body. We want things that should be in the body to be right in the middle between a 40 and a 60. We want things that shouldn't be in the body, such as a virus, to be very low, like a 1 to 10. And we want organs to be right around the middle as well. So maybe we want to check on acetic acid instead here. That one's also a 38. We want to run this in layers. So let's add this parasite. Let's maybe add this emotion. We can add this virus. And we can add this bacteria. And this looks like a great basket right here. If we come back here, we can save. And then right click again, it brings us here. So we can save this basket. We can click on all of our combinations on the right-hand upper side. This is going to make sure that these frequencies balance with our mind and body, with our digestive acids, with our enzymes, with our DNA, with our RNA, with our hypothalamus, with our organs, and with our hormones. Then we want to give this a set time. 20 minutes is a great rule of thumb for these things. For some reason, in the holistic space, 20 minutes works really well for the body. And then we're going to press quick cycle. This is going to go through all of these items like they're a song. If I gave you a frequency to remember tomorrow, and let's say it was I said, hey, remember this frequency tomorrow. Tomorrow you might go like, oh, maybe it's But if I give you a song and tell you to remember this tomorrow, it's going to be much easier for you to remember. Like, my dog has fleas, my dog has fleas, my dog has fleas. And as soon as I come to you tomorrow and say, hey, what was that song? You're going to remember it. So then we click interface if the person is hooked up to the machine, or virtual if we are sending these frequencies remote. If you have a virtuoso, you will only have one button that says feedback, because that machine can only send these frequencies remotely. This is going to go through all of these frequencies, and then it's going to loop back around when it's done. Every time it goes through one frequency, it will give you the percent harmonized. We are looking for 85 to 100% harmonized on these items. We can stop the feedback at any point, and we can come back to our allergens. We can click panel info at the bottom right-hand corner for more information on this panel. We can also print our results. And since we didn't do the show method database, we did the comprehensive database. We're going to click there. And that brings up this page, which if your machine is hooked up to a printer, You can print this and give this to your client for more information. Another quick note, if you are doing something in here that is releasing the response from the body, such as these culinary spices and phenols, you do want to stay away from anything that has phenols in it or spices in it for 25 hours after doing this so that your body can read all of these instructions and learn how to process it properly. You can either stay away from all of the things on the list, or you can use the show method book or many other online resources to find the specific things that you can and cannot eat for the 25 hours afterwards. These are all harmonizing frequencies, teaching the body what to do to bring its own frequency back to homeostasis. This is a very powerful panel. I would recommend if you are going through and doing things like treating for frequencies that you cannot digest or assimilate, that you do it 1 to 3 times a week and take breaks in between, and you will find that you peel the layers of the onion and bring the body back to homeostasis.